What's up everybody, welcome to another video on my channel. Today, as y'all can see, I brought my guitar with me again because in this video I want to show y'all how I make my beats for Polo G, my guitar beats for Polo G. I'm gonna show you some techniques, some strategies that you can implement so your beats have that Polo G character instantly, very easily. So I would say let's not waste any time and let's get straight started with some guitars. And the first thing that I want to record is some power chords, and you can play those power chords really easily with the E and the A string. And how that works is basically you pick a note. So let's say we pick a C sharp, and then you go up 2 frets on the A string, and then you got the 5th. That means now you already got a power chord, and that basically works on the whole fretboard with minor and major chords, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, now you can basically record something. Before I record it, let's set the BPM to 165, and let's also add this Polo G preset from my Guitar Masters 2 kit. Yeah, and then let's get it. Yeah, now this doesn't sound complete yet, of course, so I'm just gonna add a couple of more layers and see what I can come up with. And then I want to copy over the chords, and in this section right here, I want to record something similar, but maybe some different notes. Yeah, I think the guitars that we got now are a pretty good foundation for what I've planned actually. But as you can see, here and there I messed up in the recording and some parts are just not on beat. And because I don't like to cut around here and do it like that, and you know, because that gets you these click sounds that I don't like, I always time stretch my live recordings. And if you also want to do that, then you can just render out whatever you want to time stretch, render it out without effects of course. And then you got this clean recording. Now you just want to click this icon right here, hit time warp sample, and then in new time you want to hit this scissor and hit delete all markers, because the markers that are auto generated make everything sound a little glitchy if you move things around. So I always like to add my own ones. And once we're in here, we can just hit shift and then left click, and then with option you can move things around. So I want to time stretch this right here, so I just add a time marker and then move it so it lines up with this line. Same thing here, like that. And yeah, this is what I'm just gonna do for all of my guitars. And once I'm done with that, we're gonna add some more layers. Yeah, now that everything is time stretched, I want to send every single layer to its own insert in the mixer. Then I'm gonna copy the preset over to all of the guitars, and then I want to pan this top guitar to the left. Also cut out some lows, and then this top guitar to the right. And as I said, I want to add some more layers, and for the next layer I want to go into my new analog artifacts kit and then choose a piano phrase. Yeah, I think the 28 could work, so let's drag it in, and then let's bring it down by 2. Yeah, I think that sounds cool. Yeah, and then I want to add another layer, and this time I want to add a guitar phrase also from this kit, and I think this one could fit. So let's drag it in, then we gotta pitch it up by 4. Yeah, I think that really gives us that Polo G touch. And if you don't want to invest thousands of dollars into analog equipment, but you feel like your beats sometimes need that analog and vintage touch, then feel free to check out the Analog Artifacts kit. As you just saw, it comes with a bunch of piano phrases that I recorded with my Yamaha M108, so a real vintage piano. Then you get a ton of live recorded guitar phrases, bunch of synth accents, and also synth phrases, which are recorded with the Prophet 6, with the Prophet Rev 2. So real analog gear. We also ran them through pedals, which are also worth thousands of dollars, to give them a lot of character and strength. So if you need some phrases that you can just drag and drop into your beats to make them sound vintage and analog and characteristic fast, then check out the first link in the description. You'll find my Analog Artifacts kit there. But enough of that, let's get back into the video. Yeah, and of course we don't want to add too much. We don't want to overproduce this melody. But before we come to the drums, I want to add 2 more things. First, I want to add a high-pitched vocal that you hear on a bunch of Polo's records. I'm pretty sure y'all know them. So I'm gonna go into this hook bank and see if I can find something cool. Yeah, so I just found this broken silence bank, and I think with the right effects we can get some pretty good results with this. yeah, just some simple chops. But now let's hit Command L to send it to an insert. And then first I want to add some EQ. And then I want to add this crystal choir for some reverb. Yeah, and as I said, I want to add a high-pitched vocal, and since this is not high-pitched right now, I'm just gonna add this sound shifter and pitch it up by 1 octave. Then let's render out the vocal, double click it, then right click volume, hit create automation clip, and then I want to add some sidechain to it. So we're gonna add a fade like this and then just copy it over, just to give everything some rhythm. And then finally, before we come to the drums, I want to add bass. And for the bass, I'm just gonna add this Los Santos bass, which is just a basic Reese bass. And I would say that's already it for the layers. Arrangement wise, for the melody, I'm not going to make it too complicated, but I'm also not going to add every single layer above each other because that would sound way too full. So let's just start with the chords, then this guitar right here, our acoustic guitar phrase and the vocal. Then I want to have the bass come in and the piano phrase. So this is going to be our bridge, and I want the hook to be 16 bars long. So also the chords, then this guitar and our acoustic guitar phrase. And then for the second part of the hook, I want to have the piano phrase in and our first guitar, and then just one more section with just the chords and the first top line. And I would say that's it for the melody. Now let's finally come to the drums. 90% of the time, Polo G's drums are very simple and easy to make. First, we need a hard-hitting clap. Perfect. Now for the hi-hat, we want to give it some bounce. So let's add a normal hi-hat. And then I always listen to the sample very carefully and try to find a bounce according to the sample. So for example, the guitar hits here, a little bit here. So I'm going to turn down the volume of this one. Then here, of course, and here. And that's basically how I find out the bounce. Also add a little roll at the end. Now let's add some counter snares. I think that's enough for the bounce. Now the 808. I'm gonna add this spins head from my drum kit. Then this rack kick. Finally some open heads. Yeah, now it's safe. That was it for this beat. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. If yes, leave a like and a comment. Make sure to check out our new analog artifacts kit if you want some high quality analog phrases that level up your beats straight away. But with that being said, thank you very much for watching, and now enjoy the full beat.